Hi everyone, I'm TheSparrowsJourney and this is The Forest. Now I'm pretty sure most of you, if not all, played The Forest, and we all have our little short adventures, each on their own, all different. But we all have one thing in common, I believe. One question. What is going on here? Why we're doing this? What world is this? How did this begin? Now, we've all obviously had the same introduction. We're going on a safe trip and suddenly shit hits the fan and we crash on an island. We had a kid beside us that apparently we were taking care of. We don't know if it's our child, if it's our brother, if it's our nephew. We have no idea what kind of a relationship we had with that little child. But it's hanging on our arm. So I would say we have a pretty close relationship with him. More things we know. We flashed. After crashing, there is a cannibal that takes that child away from us. And that kind of intensifies things. We have a pretty strong relationship with that kid because that's the plot. That's how things become emotional. We don't know who that cannibal is. We have hints that he could be like the leader of the cannibals. And we have no idea what happens to the kid after. I have my own theory. A lot of people have their own theories. I do believe that in the future, things that are still not implemented but will be, that kid will turn out the leader of the cannibals. And we will have a struggle to convince him that is our child, is our son, or whatever relationship we had with him. I don't know if you ever noticed, but when you look down, especially when you're at the beach, you don't have a head. You see the shadow of your body, which is pretty normal, but you don't see your head shadow. And that's pretty creepy. It's like a toy without a head. And at first I thought, well, this is a bug. They still haven't included the head in the model you're playing with. I don't know if you follow my Let's Plays, I hope you do. But I found this very strange cave where some cannibals were kinda hypnotized, mesmerized at the ground. They were looking down, the music started, and the music when it starts here in the forest always is a hint that something special is around, or something creepy, or something really significant. Now, this is a cave like I've never seen before. It had a lot of light inside. I don't know if that's what is a bug or anything. Not only that, you had a lot of passengers hanging around. Literally. Like in that cave where you spawn on when you're captured. But there was one special guy in the corner. And he was totally alone. Hanged by his feet. And one curious thing, he didn't have a head. He had all his body tied with a rope, but he didn't have a head. Dun, 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 dun. Now this will be pretty normal if he was hanging around with all the other people on the roof. But no, it was like in a corner, somewhat away from the other people. Like it's a special guy in a pedestal or something. And near him, there were some cannibals that were apparently doing some kind of ritual. They were looking down like this, and they looked like they were sleeping. And when I came close to them, they sort of wake up. It's like they were waiting for me, and they were waiting for my arrival, that I come to them to wake them up. And I don't know what exactly happened after that, because I think it was a shitload of bugs. But basically, they started attacking me. Some of them started running around and around me, which is pretty creepy. But what I want to say is, some people said in the Steam chat on the game group the other day that they thought we were playing as a ghost. And I thought, that's bullcrap. Like, you're doing real stuff. This is like a realism game, apart from the mutants. But there were cannibals back in the day. Shit, it might even be cannibals nowadays. So what I do believe is, I can agree with that guy now. We're playing as a ghost. Or a guy that died and, I don't know, his spirit stayed in the plane. and wants to discover what's going on, trying to find that kid. Like, he blames himself from losing that kid, and its spirit comes down from this guy on the plane and starts playing and starts to survive and trying to discover what's going on. And that body is his. Now, there are several things that contradict this theory, but could be or could not be, because the guy in the body had shorts. If you look down on your character, you're wearing jeans and shoes. Well, the body had shoes, yeah, but he has shorts, not jeans. So that's one thing that contradicts what I was just trying to make out. But there's other several things that comply with this theory. Now, for instance, your plane, or the plane where you start the game on, is completely empty. Not only it's empty when you wake up, but it's also empty before you crash. And this is where things make me much more confused. Because when you go wander around the island and you go into a cave, you find passengers. Passengers should be on a plane when you're traveling. And they're not there. When you're about to crash, when you have your kid beside you, and you look around, you don't see anyone whatsoever, not even the waitress. And the waitress is lying down here when you start the game. And I wonder, why didn't they choke you with the other passengers? It makes no sense. Why they would leave you there and took all the other passengers? And this is admitting that the other passengers came with you on the plane. Now, we could say, well, this is a private jet. You're flying alone because you're a rich man and you have your own plane. But come on. This looks like a commercial passenger plane, because it has a hell load of passenger seats. This is not an ordinary private jet. So those passengers came on the plane with you, and they were taken away from the plane to those caverns from the cannibals. They're now dead meat and they will be eaten. But you're a special person. You were not taken away. Why? It makes no sense. So you were taken away and you were in those caves with those passengers. The difference is your spirit wakes up on the plane and you start playing. That's one of the theories. The body with a shadow and without a head might be something that they will eventually fix in the future. And all of this will be for nothing. A lot of other stuff might be still in development, and it's not a hint of how the story rolls. For instance, like the passengers in the plane. They could leave 2 or 3 more bodies in the plane, so that you just don't look special. But that's my theory, and please let me know what you think of it, and please let me know your version of the story, if you have a different version of the story, if you have something to add, or that can make this theory even more reasonable, because at this point we obviously can only wonder. I'm TheSparrowsJourney, and I'll see you next time.